Hello, my name is Marcello. Welcome to the Source AV Design Group's YouTube channel. Today we will look at the Sony MDR-Z1R premium closed-back headphones. This video will primarily discuss my impressions of the Z1R headphones regarding build quality, look and feel, comfort, and sound quality when paired with a few different amplifiers and DACs, such as the Korg Hugo TT2, the Sony WM-1A-M2 Walkman, and the Macintosh MHA200 headphone tube amplifier. I will also compare the Z1R headphones to the DCA E3 closed-back headphones, the current closed-back reference headphones I have in-house, to provide some examples of their sound differences. So let's discuss the build quality, design, and tech specs of the Sony Z1R headphones. Crafted by hand in Japan, the 64-ohm dynamic driver closed-back headphones have an FR of 4 Hz to 120,000 Hz and a sensitivity of 100 dB per milliwatt, making them reasonably easy to drive from dongle DAC amps to portable DAPs and headphone amplifiers alike. The massive 2.76-inch dome-type drivers are beautiful to look at when removing the plush sheepskin ear pads. The diaphragm with magnesium dome and liquid crystal polymer edge allows the headphones to reach deep into the bass and treble regions. Sony uses a resonance-free housing with unique acoustic filter controls to help eliminate reverberations produced by driver movement. The soft, genuine sheepskin ear pads have a plush, comforting feel and plenty of room for my ears. The Sony Z1R headphones headband is made of titanium and leather. This combination of materials allows the headband to quickly return to its original shape when gently bent. The headphones balance very well, and the headband with its sliding mechanisms at the cups is also numbered for ease of use. The headband did not deliver any hot spots during my listening tests, and with its light weight of only 385 grams, excellent headband system, and plush ear pads, the Z1R headphones are very comfortable even for longer listening sessions. The ear pads are extremely easy to remove and reattach, like my Yamaha YH5000 SE headphones. I appreciate this, as these Sony headphones are far from new in the headphone world, yet they still made the excellent design choice for their ear pad removal system many years ago, when other manufacturers in 2024 are still unfortunately gluing their pads on. The headphones include one 9.84-foot-meter silver-coated OFC cable with a gold-plated stereo mini plug with 1/4-inch adapter and a shorter 3.94-foot gold-plated 4.4mm balanced silver-coated OFC cable. The cables are decent from a look and feel perspective and do an excellent job of not being microphonic. The included cables use a 3.5mm threaded connection to the headphones, so if you already own some 3.5mm cables for Focal, Yamaha, or other headphones that use this connection type, feel free to experiment and see if you prefer your aftermarket cables to the stock cables. The headphones sell for $1,999, but are regularly on sale for $1,799, which gives them quite a bit of competition from several other closed-back headphones we have discussed recently on this channel. Let's discuss the sound signature of the Sony MDR-Z1R headphones. I would describe them as a somewhat V-shaped sound signature with a big emphasis in the bass region and around 10K in the treble region. Some listeners will not love this tuning, especially if they are searching for a purely neutral sound from their headphones. However, suppose you enjoy this somewhat V-shaped sound signature. In that case, you will likely dig these headphones, especially if you listen to lots of electronic music that doesn't always require headphones to have completely accurate instrument timbre. The mid-range is a bit pulled back compared to the bass and treble, and the upper mids have a prominent peak around 3 to 4K, which gives strings a very crispy and defined sound. Vocals are well separated from instruments. They can present with a bit of edge and a defined quality, but they are not overly shouty or harsh sounding for most vocalists and music I listen to. The mid-range can create a bit of a distance between some instruments and vocals, depending on the track's production. However, this also creates a greater sense of space on the headphone's soundstage. The headphones have a solid soundstage for closed-back headphones. It's not nearly as wide-sounding as the HG800S headphones, but the perceived soundstage does travel outside the cups with excellent imaging and separation for a dynamic driver headphone. So while the frequency response is a bit strange if you're a big Harman curve lover, I personally didn't mind the tuning of the Z1R headphones, and the more I listened to them and adjusted to their sound, the more they grew on me. I enjoy headphones with different tunings and love mixing them up when listening for personal enjoyment. However, most people should listen to these headphones before buying to be safe, as some listeners may not like 3 to 4K peak and 10K peak, especially when paired with an analytical sounding amplifier or DAC. Of course, you could always use a bit of EQ to get them closer to your target. The headphones' dynamics, speed, punch, and slam are impressive when the track calls for it. Instrument timbre is good for the most part, with some of the instruments in the treble region sounding slightly less natural than other more accurately tuned headphones in this region. Detail reproduction is very good, and the headphones can display the differences in the sound signature and detail presentation that your companion equipment can provide. Let's talk about companion equipment and synergy for the Sony headphones. So one of the main reasons I continue to own and utilize Chord Electronics amps and DACs for my listening tests is they can dig deep into the sound signature of companion components or headphones. As you would expect if you are a regular viewer of our channel, when pairing the Sony Z1R headphones with my neutral analytical sounding Chord Hugo TT2, there is no hiding those peaks at 3 to 4K or 10K. When feeding the Macintosh MHA200 headphone amplifier with the TT2 as the DAC on filter 2, the tubes of the MHA200 headphone amplifier do a better job smoothing the upper frequencies a bit more for my preferences, but not entirely without some EQ and switching to filter 3 or 4 on the TT2. However, the standout pairing for my preferences was the more affordable Sony WM1A Mark II Walkman. This digital audio player and the Sony headphones created a more balanced and enjoyable sound that drew less attention to those peaks. I dig the Walkman's DSD remastering mode, as I talked about in its dedicated video we recently made. I think it's interesting when audio enthusiasts or individuals in the audio industry discuss headphones, sound signature, and ask, what were the manufacturers thinking with this tuning? Did they even listen to them? The better question is what amps and DACs they used during their listening tests and tuning process to reach the final sound. Don't get me wrong, I agree that some headphones are unlistenable on nearly any source or amp. However, in this case, the Sony Z1R headphones, when paired with a Sony Walkman, created a vibrant, dynamic, and engaging experience that, while not neutral in sound, still created a fantastic vibe to rock out with some of my favorite genres of music. So if you already own these headphones, let me know what type of amp and DAC you are using. I suspect many of the more recently well-implemented Sabre or AKM DACs, when paired with the Z1R headphones, make for a pretty enjoyable listening session. It is interesting to compare the DCA E3 with the Sony Z1R headphones, as both are similarly priced and have excellent sound stages for closed-back headphones. I would still give the edge in soundstage presentation to the DCA E3 and Dan's excellent AMT technology. However, most quality planar magnetic headphones can separate and image better than most dynamic headphones. The Z1R headphones have a more robust bass, which I prefer, and better punch and slam. Even though the E3 headphones are planar magnetic, they have a more accurate instrument timbre, especially in the treble region. While the E3 emphasizes the upper mid-range and treble regions, DCA's AMTS system does a better job of allowing the treble region to sound less peaky, which I believe some listeners may find a bit bothersome with the Sony Z1R headphones. When paired with my Chord gear, the DCA Expanse is fantastic and gives you an idea of my near-perfect DCA headphones for my preferences and gear. From a comfort perspective, the Sony Z1R headphones better fit my head, but you can't beat the DCA E3's portability factor. The Sony Z1R is much easier to drive, and the DCA E3 requires a decent amp with good current delivery to sound its best. So the headphones are incredibly different in their tunings. The DCA E3 adheres more to the Harman curve, albeit with a bit more treble and upper mid-range. The mid-range of the E3 is also much more forward-sounding, even with the 3 to 4K peak of the Sony Z1R headphones. The Sony headphones are warmer sounding, with more bass, a somewhat less analytical character to their sound, and a slightly V-shaped signature. While I know we all love comparisons, a YouTube video should never be a substitute for visiting your local dealer or your local CanJam to sound test any gear this expensive before buying if you can. So let's wrap up. If you're looking for a pair of closed-back headphones under $2,000 that are incredibly comfortable and have an engaging, fun, and slightly V-shaped sound, you should give the Sony Z1R a listen. If you're interested in trading up your old headphones, amplifiers, or other gently used audio gear for a new set of headphones or a new amplifier, check out the links in the video description to our trade-up program, and don't forget, we will price match other authorized dealers. We have some cool videos coming this year with new product announcements, so please consider subscribing to our channel today. From $150 earphones to multi-million-dollar home audio, cinema, and automation systems, TSAV is a hi-fi enthusiast paradise for building the system of your dreams. So let's start the conversations in the video comments on what you think of these Sony headphones. While you're there, smash that like button for us. Until next time, friends, remember, let the music be your guide.